Hi, you'll have to apologize. I am still pretty sick. I've been waiting to record this video for like a week because I was hoping to get better. I am not very much getting better, so my voice is okay, but like it might sound like I'm sick because I am sick, and mine was like completely full. So like if I sound weird, I apologize. But like I need to record this video at some point, and yeah, yeah, okay. You might know Chaperone from her debut album, The Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess, released a couple of years ago. You might know her for wearing extravagant outfits both on stage and on red carpets. Or you might know Chaperone from being in the headlines every 3 business days for something controversial like asking people not to harass her, not to follow her in the streets, or not to be rude to her. Lately, she has been the victim of a lot of hateful comments and even AI videos depicting her being violent to children. But why is that? Let's talk about it, and let's talk about why people desperately want to make Chaperone a monster. Picture this, you're Chaperone. You're performing at a festival in Brazil to thousands of fans while screaming your lyrics. You go back to your hotel room, you go to sleep, and when you wake up, there are people on the internet waiting for you with pitchforks because you apparently made a child cry. The footballer Jorginho, I don't know how to pronounce that name, published on his Instagram story this message. I'm not going to read it entirely, but feel free to do it. To sum up, he's saying that Chaperone sent her bodyguard to yell at his 11-year-old daughter after she waved at her because they were staying in the same hotel. The girl ended up in tears and her parents were upset about this whole thing, which is understandable. So he posted this on Instagram. In the same breath, the new mayor of Rio de Janeiro, Eduardo Cavaliere, announces on X that following this incident, the singer has been banned from performing at Todo Mundo no Rio. The next day, Chaperone released a video on her Instagram story addressing all of this. She is still in her bed, possibly just woke up, and says that basically she had no idea this happened and that this was not her bodyguard. She says that she did not ask anyone to go yell at a child, that she does not hate her fans, and especially children, that this sucks that it happened, but she has nothing to do with it. A couple of days later, the bodyguard will come forward saying that he does not work for Chaperone and that she did not ask him to go yell at a child. First off, here are a couple of things that bother me about this whole thing. The story told by the footballer Jorginho is already a second-hand story. He was not there when this happened, yet he's the one telling the story. This matter could possibly have been handled with the hotel or with Chaperone herself, yet he chose to post it on Instagram. Then the mayor of Rio, which I believe has been in function for like 2 days, announced publicly that Chaperone is banned for performing at a festival I don't believe she was ever scheduled to perform at. It just kind of sounds like they were using her name to get some fame and some clout, just for the sake of being talked about in the medias. Before Chappell even has the time to respond, because I believe this was published when she was asleep, she has thousands and thousands of people commenting, writing articles, and creating AI videos of her hurting a child and calling her a monster. Before she even has a chance to respond and tell her side of the story, people seem to have made up their mind about her and this whole thing. I wanted to wait to make this video, mostly to see how things would play out and also because I'm sick. By the time that the bodyguard came out and said his side of the story, people had already somewhat moved on. What I thought was interesting was that when Chappell came out and said that this was not her bodyguard, a lot of people didn't believe her, saying she was lying, this was PR. People only believed what she had been saying for days when a man confirmed her story. This is not the first time that Chappell has been the center of controversy. Last year, she made a video asking people to leave her alone in the streets and not harass her. She has been known on red carpets to clap back at paparazzi who are being rude to her. Not long ago, while she was in Paris for Paris Fashion Week, she once again made headlines for asking fans, and particularly resellers, to stop following her around in the city. If you don't know, resellers are people that get celebrities to sign things so that they can resell them at a higher price and make a lot of money off of it. Chappell has not been the only celebrity struggling with resellers following her in the streets, yet she's the only one getting negative press from it. A lot of people have responded negatively to all of this, calling her a bully, a diva, saying that she should not have chosen to be famous if she could not handle it. Every time she dared to speak out, people were taking out their pitchforks, calling her evil. So when this new controversy came around, people were more than ready to leave hateful comments. But why do people seem to hate Chaperone so much? Let's explore 3 reasons why I think people feel so comfortable hating a chaperone and making her out to be the villain, even in situations where she clearly is the victim. Theory number 1 is obviously misogyny. Chappell is a woman, a young pop star who has recently gained fame. No matter what she does, she's always in it wrong because she's a woman. It's the same for every woman, regardless if you're famous or not. If you wear a short dress, you're a whore. If you only wear clothes that hide your body, you're a prude. If you wear makeup, you're fake and catfishing men. If you don't wear makeup, you should make an effort and not be so ugly in public. If you are very active sexually, you're a whore. If you are not active sexually, you're a prude and you're no fun. If you don't want to have kids, you're not a good woman. But if you have kids and you look like it, you're not a good woman. You need to be sexy and behave like a woman, but you also need to look like a child. Have no hairs, no acne, no wrinkles. You need to be the Madonna and the whore, the virgin and the mother all at once. So no matter what you do, you're doing it wrong. Women, especially in the public eye, are always wrong for existing because they are not men. People want to cancel Chaperone for setting her boundaries and expressing her feelings about being harassed, but they are more than okay to support men who have been publicly convicted of violent crimes. Chaperone is evil for asking fans not to follow her in the streets, but Chris Brown still has a career after beating up multiple women. Chaperone deserves to be cancelled for what a man that wasn't working for her did to a young girl, but y'all don't bat an eye at how Shia LaBeouf is behaving outside. Men are allowed to be rapists, violent criminals, and still have a successful career, but a woman doesn't deserve the success that she has because she refuses to hug random people on the street. Another thing that doesn't play in Chapel's favor is that she's a queer woman. Not only is she dating women, but she's openly singing about it in very popular songs. She's very flamboyant in her style, in a way that reminds us of drag and underground queer culture in general. A lot of straight people don't like her because they don't understand why she dresses the way she does. I have heard so many straight people saying that she dresses like a clown because they don't understand what drag is and what it represents. They don't understand her or her culture, so they are more likely to have less sympathy for her. People already don't see celebrities as people with feelings and lives. Social medias and parasocial relationships make people not understand how relationships work. They see a person on the internet and either develop a close, one-sided relationship with them, becoming a stan to the point where they would do anything to defend a fave, or they do the opposite and don't see that person as a person and spend their days insulting them. Regardless of which way they go, they become obsessed and stop seeing, or maybe they have never seen, that person as a human being. And because social media gives access to someone at all times, they don't have this notion that in real life, people can say no to you. It's really giving rapist mentality. Like, they expect the celebrity to just be available to them at all times, just like in their fantasy, and when they are actually confronted to the person, it's not like in their fantasy. You have to understand that celebrities are also people, and that they have the right to say no to you. Sometimes they are tired, they are sick, they are sad, they are just not in the mood to sign things and take pictures with strangers. And yes, it might be a bummer for you, but if you really love that artist, wouldn't you want for them to feel good? If I ever saw Chaperone, would I be happy if I got a picture with her? Yes. Would I be kind of disappointed if she refused to take a picture with me? Yes. Would that be the end of my life? No. I'd be happy just to have seen her. I understand that I do not have access to random people's time and body just because I like their art. This must be truly exhausting for celebrities to have no privacy and to be followed at all times, so much so that you need to have bodyguards because you don't know what might happen. This kind of reminded me of Britney Spears. She was so famous in the early 2000s, she was being followed everywhere, and this affected her mental health so much that she had a mental breakdown and had to be put under a conservatorship. I am not saying that Chapel is as famous as Britney, but the same thing is happening to her. All of these controversies are probably affecting her mental health in ways that we don't see because we are not her friends, we're not her family, we are just strangers. I just don't want to see any of the people that are criticizing her now to be saying free Chapel in 20 years when she's under a conservatorship. You might think I am exaggerating, but am I really? This is how it starts. People used to say the same things about Britney and about so many celebrities who lost their lives or had to struggle with substance abuse and mental health problems because of the way they were treated by the media and by the fans. I think that people just really need to calm down and take a step back and realize that there are real people being affected by your mean comments on Instagram and your AI videos. Be kinder to people, online or in real life, and remember that other people are also human and cannot be treated like gods because they are not gods. You can like someone's art and want to support them, but you don't have to worship or demonize anyone because at the end of the day, these celebrities don't know you and they don't owe you anything but a thank you so much for your support at the end of their show. Sorry, I hope my voice wasn't too bad. I think it was okay.